Hi Lovies! Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my flip book entry for my Halloween project share. And to get these size papers, I'm just going to be taking a regular size paper. I chose black because I think black is very fitting for Halloween. And all I do is fold it in half, which you're going to be seeing me do here. See, just a regular size paper. I fold it in half long ways, and then I use that crease as my marker to stick in my cutter and cut it in half. And then that's how I know all the papers in my flip book, the base papers, which I'm using a very thick cardstock, are all going to be the same size. Now once I start assembling the flip book though, I will have to trim up some so that they fold flat, but this is the beginning to make sure that all of my papers are the exact same size. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. This is how I made my washi-less binding flip book. I'm going to use hinges to make my flip book instead of putting my flip books together hinged together with washi. So it essence is a washi-less flip book. Doesn't mean you're not going to use washi to decorate it. You're just not using washi to create the actual flip book. You're making hinges. So all I do is just run a strip of double-sided tape. I usually do it twice just to give it good amount of stickiness. And then I'm going to line them up exactly so that that is the actual width of my binding. Press them together really, really, really good. And then I just take my fuse tool, whatever you want to call this, ruler, just because it's really sturdy and metal, to make my hinge so that I know that it's straight and it isn't just relying on my folding. And then all I do is I feel, see where it is right here, I just line up my fuse tool with that. It's a little difficult to do in front of the camera. Okay, and then I just bend it forward. So there is my hinge. And I know that it's perfectly straight. Okay, so there is my hinge. So that is how I will put together the rest of my flip book. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all my pages fold in that way. So this is just another little tip, just so that you guys know. So when I go to add my hinge here, okay, so it'll be about like right here. When I go to fold this in, it should be shorter than the other one so that when I flip them forward, they don't touch this one, because if that happens, it won't fold. So I'll do one more to show you. And this is just black cardstock, guys, nothing special. I always use cardstock to make my flip books though, because it is the sturdiest paper. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to push it that way. I'm going to line this up underneath here, just to make sure that I get a nice straight fold forward and it isn't crooked. Okay, now see, this is exactly what I wanted to show you. Okay, now see how that is just a little bit bigger than the fold? See how the book bows? So what you usually have to do when you start doing these is you have to trim just a little tiny teeny bit off the end of these, and I mean just a teeny tiny, if I can just get it in there, just a teeny tiny little tiny bit off the end as you begin to make your flip book, so that when it folds, it doesn't fold into the hinge, as you can see, and then when the flip book begins to fold, it's going to lay completely flat instead of have that big bowing. So as you can see, that's all. Black against black doesn't work, miss. That's all I removed. So when I add these ones, which I got 3 more going on, I will remove that much from each one so that the flip book will fold evenly instead of being this big bulge. Then I also just wanted to show you why I have you on here. See how the beginning page here, right here, is a little bit bigger than the rest of the flip book. That's simply because we're making hinges to make the flip book. You can either cut that off and make the flip book completely one size, or you can put a little fastener right here and then you can bend that over and it'll be like a lip, and then you can open, you know, you can open the flip book up like that, and then it'll just continue to open and open and open. So it's totally completely up to you what you want to do with that little piece that's left up here, which is the size of the hinges. I personally like to put little fasteners there and just, you know, tuck it over so you have something to open. I think that's very cute, but that's completely up to you. And then I just also want to show you with these, you can also make these have hinges to fold in as well, which I think I'm going to do. And it's the same exact principle. You're going to run a piece of double-sided tape along the top like that. You will fold it over with this, and then you'll have an open and shut, which I should just show you instead of talking. Let me just do that really quick. So the same principle is going to apply. You're going to have to trim this down a little smaller than the original that we made in the very beginning. So you need to take just a little bit off so that, again, your flip book closes completely instead of having these big bowing, you know, big bowing principles in it. So what I do, guys, just to make mine just a little bit easier to deal with, is I take a chalk marker, and what I do is I come up here and I lay the black piece of paper flat against. Now, I hope you guys can see this. Maybe if I zoom in, it'll help a little. Let me zoom in just a little bit, okay? This is what I do, so they know I'm gonna have no issues. I line it up from hinge to hinge. Can you see? Hinge to hinge. And I take it in just right there. So I'm going to cut here. And I'm going to cut here. Okay? And then that will make a perfect, sorry guys, it'll make a perfect fit in there, and I won't have to worry about any bowing whatsoever. So these flips are going to be considerably smaller than the other ones, but they work perfect because, let me put it on real quick for you, because now it's going to be on the inside of the hinges. So let me just show you. So if I attached it like that, let me zoom out now. If I attached it like that, when I go to close up my flip book, see, there's no bowing. There's absolutely no bowing because it is smaller than my hinges. And then all I'll do is I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to make a hinge, and then this one will fold that way. But before I add it, I want to do 2 that way. So I'm actually going to, instead of marking all that again, I'm just going to use this as a template. So I only have to cut once. You know what I'm saying? Before I attach it. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I'll bring my flip book back together, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to put this here and only go hinge to hinge, because you're not going to have paper to, you know, to go over that. So I'm going to do the exact same thing from hinge to hinge, just like that. I'm going to take my fuse tool and turn it this way. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to line up my fuse tool here, just like so. Just like that. Okay, so I get that nice straight line, and looky there. Okay, so now, I know it's, I just wanted to show you. See, no bowing. No bowing of my flip book. It still lays completely flat. It all looks even, nothing sticking up from one another. I still have my little hinge if I want to use it. So let's say this is my front cover, this is bent over, I would open it. Here would be a space, here would be a space, you would open it again. You would have this flip, and that would flip up. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing with that one that I just cut. I'm going to make a hinge and put it down here. And then the last little tip that I'm going to give you is the paper that you're going to put on top of your black cardstock to bring your flip book to life. I would wait to put this on until you have your flip book assembled, because as you can see, some of the papers are not the exact same size as you cut them from the beginning. So if you put this in the middle of this one and it fit perfect in there, when you cut these two, it's going to be off. One side will have a black border and the other side will be all the way butt up, if that makes sense. So the best advice I can give you guys is to assemble your entire flip book. Once it's assembled, then you measure out your papers that you want to lay on the inside of your flip book. And you know, if you don't like the look of these hinges, you know, since you waited, you can even take the paper clear up into the hinges and hide it if you like. I personally like to take my paper and give them borders. So I like a little bit of the black showing all the way around. So I will wait till my flip book is completely put together, and then I will add my decorative papers in. So all I'm going to do is add this flip in here as well, and I'm going to add one more full-size hinge over here to this end, and then my flip book will be ready to add the decorative papers and all of the other stuff. So once I have it fully assembled, I'll show you. Okay guys, my washi-less, meaning washi-less to assemble the flip book, is finished. Doesn't mean you're not going to use washi to decorate it. Just want to make that very clear. So I added the little hinge, or whatever you want to call it, the little fastener, because I like that opening. And then see, my flip book will open once. You have these two. It'll open again. And then here are my flip ups and down. And then it'll have one more that way. So I hope you guys can see. I'll fold it back up. Okay, that one will go up first. This one will come down. This will fold over. This will fold that way. And then it'll fasten down here. And then I just want to show you, perfectly flat flip book. There's no bowing. You know, there's no nothing. It's perfectly flat. It's all even. Nothing sticks up over the other one. It works out perfect. So you definitely can make a washi-less flip book, meaning assembled. I kind of did this tutorial before, and people were like, you said it was a washi-less flip book and you had washi all through it. Yes, washi for decoration, not washi to assemble it. I simply make hinges to assemble my flip book. And double-sided tape. That's it. So super easy, super simple. I hope that tutorial worked. And then from here, you're just going to take your beautiful decorative paper and you're going to create. And this is exactly why I said my personal opinion is to wait until the flip book is assembled before you put your decorative paper in, because sizes are going to be all different. You know, I'm going to want to put a border in between this stuff. So, and I just feel like it works better if you wait. So that's just my personal opinion. And so the only thing left to do is just decorate it, make it pretty, put your pockets in there, use little baggies and stickers and all kinds of different stuff to make your Halloween flip book. You do not have to make a washi-less binding flip book. You can use washi to make your flip book if that's what you feel more comfortable. And it's the same principle, but instead of making hinges where I made a hinge, you would just connect the two pieces of paper with a piece of washi. Just make sure you leave a little teeny tiny gap so that when you go to fold it, there's space in there for one paper to lay on top of the other. Because if you put them butt up against each other and then lay washi over that, the page won't fold over on each other because the papers are too close. So if you want to use washi to bind your flip book together, go for it. If you can find Halloween, what are they? Oh my god, my mind went completely blank. Halloween, like Hallmark cards. If you have some left from last year, if you can find some already, you're more than welcome to make a card flip book, which I can link that down below. I did a whole tutorial on how I took Halloween, like Hallmark Halloween cards, and made a flip book out of them using the cards and their envelopes. So it's more like an envelope flip book with the cards in it. I can put that tutorial down below. There's a million different ways to make flip books. I just find that this one is the easiest. So I hope this tutorial helped and worked. I will put the how to make a washi, using washi to make your binding for your flip book. I have that tutorial as well. I will link it down below. And like I said, I will also link the one down below where I used envelopes and the cards that came in the envelopes to make a flip book as well. So I hope this helped, guys. I'm going to put mine all together and put, you know, all the papers and stuff on it. I guess I can come back after all of that and show you real quick what it looks like once the papers are on. It's a little hard because I have black on black on black for cardstock. So I'll show you when I get that all finished. Yeah. Okay guys, this is the finished product. I just wanted to show you really quick. You guys kind of saw me hold this up when I made the announcement for the project share, so you kind of already seen it, but I don't, you know, I'm going to open it up and show you all the different pockets that I made. So I have this little pumpkin die cut to show you pockets. As you can already see in the front, when I put the rose vellum on, I only did the sides and the bottom so that the top became a pocket, as you can see, and I just tucked this little ghosty in there just to make it look cute, but there's a pocket at the top of that. And I just decked it out with some rhinestones, Happy Halloween, some cute things, and I really wanted to add the butterflies, the black and white vellum butterflies, because I love the black roses with the black and white butterflies. I don't know, to me that's spooky Halloween, black roses and black and white butterflies. And then we're going to open this up. I'm going to take my little pumpkin here so I can show you all the spots. So our first page here is I glued on one of these little bags that we got last year from the Dollar Tree. So you can fill this bag up with a whole bunch of goodies. And it just says, I hope you scare up lots of goodies this Halloween. This background is that sticker background that came from the Dollar Tree. So I utilized all of that. Then our first page here, we have a belly band, so you'll be able to tuck stuff behind this belly band, and I used the vellum rose paper there. And then I also made a little bag, so you'll be able to put stuff in this little pumpkin bag as well. So you have two spots here that you'll be able to utilize for goodies. You flip it again. Of course, you can see on this big page here, I made a nice big deep pocket, so you'll be able to fill this up with a whole bunch of stuff. And then on the middle page here, which is our first flip up, the pockets are in the corners. So here where the plaid is, there is a tuck spot, and then up here there is another tuck spot. So you'll be able to tuck stuff here and there. You can also utilize that for paper clips, like so. Which this paper clip's a little hard to see, but it tucks right in there. And then we're going to do our first flip. So in our first flip here, I put a big glassine bag, so this bag will open, as you can see, and you'll be able to fill this bag full of goodies, as you can see. So you'll be able to utilize all of that. And then here is another flip, and I did the same thing. You'll be able to tuck stuff here in this corner and here in this corner. I tried to make my little tuck spots and stuff like that very unique and very different. So you'll be able to utilize both of these spots right here for tucking. So, and again, also paper clips. Paper clips work great for this stuff. So you'll be able to clip whatever you want right in there. So those are 2 tuck spots. And then when you open it here, this is just a decorative page because it is the base. I don't want a lot of stuff right here because then my pages won't fold correctly. So this is just the decorative page. There's nothing here to be tucked, but let me tell you, I gave you lots of places to put stuff. So down on this page, again, you have a belly band, so you'll be able to tuck stuff in the belly band. And then I also gave you one of these little paper sacks over here, so you'll be able to fill this little sack up with goodies too, and it'll come completely open. So you have lots of space there. But that is my reasoning for not decorating, and not putting spaces here that have things, because I want these to be able to fold back up correctly. And then the book opens one more time. So this is a huge deep pocket, as you can see. There's another, this is all the way down here, big tuck spot. And then the last page here, I did another glassine bag, so you'll be able to fill that bag up with a whole bunch of goodies too. So there is a ton of little spots in this flip book that you can fill with all kinds of fun and good things. So it folds up just like that, and then like these 2 pages, as you saw, they fold in on each other. And then this one folds again, and then you have this page as well, and then it folds again, and there is the front of your flip book, and then it seals with our little Velcro there. And then that is the front of my flip book, which you can tuck a whole bunch of little cute stuff right there in the top. So I just wanted to show you very quickly, that is the finished flip book that is washi-less in the creation. When I say that, I just mean, I see a little piece of washi I have to trim off there, speaking of that. But again, I'm going to repeat myself one more time. Washi-less in the creation of the flip book. It is a washi-less flip book because I didn't use washi to bind it. I used hinges as you saw me create it, but I used lots of washi to decorate it. So, not too hard, nice and easy. Tons and tons of little spaces here to fill this little flip book up with tons of Halloween goodies for your swap partner. So guys, I really hope that you like this simple tutorial for this Halloween project share. And like, I'm going to repeat myself one more time. You do not have to make your flip books exactly this way I just showed you. I just showed you one of the easiest ways, in my personal opinion, to make a flip book, and that's with the hinges. And as you can see, it folds flawlessly in on each other. This is the back. That's the front. That's the back. It folds flawlessly in on each other. There's no problem with, you know, it folding and it being flat and it being the way that you want it to be, and you can get all kinds of different dimensions and things going on. It doesn't have to just simply be a flip book that keeps folding out on each other like this. You can do flips ups and you can do flip downs, and you know, you can do it in a million different ways just using hinges instead of washi. So it's just one of my personal opinions, one of the easiest ways to make a flip book. And you can get a lot in there. I mean, this has a lot. You have one flip. Here's another. Well, you have 2 pages right there. 3 pages, 4 pages, 5 pages, 6 pages, 7 pages, 8 pages, 9 pages. And then even the front is a tuck spot. So you have 10 pages to tuck goodies in for your swap partner. So I think that's a fantastic way to swap with somebody. So I hope you guys really did enjoy this quick, simple tutorial. I hope this helped in creating your Halloween flip book for my September, October project share. Remember, the month of September, you are creating a flip book just like I showed you with no goodies. We're going to send that in to me. I will swap that in between all of you guys. The only thing that you are to send in with your goodie list flip book is your name and your address, and when you receive your brand new flip book, there will be a name and address tucked somewhere in it. You are to fill the flip book full of goodies and mail it to that new name and address so that you and your recipient will be receiving a brand new flip book full of goodies for the month of October. So this one project share will span over 2 months, but I think it's going to be really fun because it's 2 parts. Just, I'm going to repeat myself one more time. Please do not flake out on your Lovey sisters. Please, guys, once you receive your flip book that has a name in it, please fill it full of your homemade goodies and mail it off so that that person can receive a full brand new flip book as you are going to receive a brand new filled flip book. Okay, guys, thanks so much for joining me. So glad that you guys are participating in my project shares. You guys are what makes this fun. Have a spooky good time making these and creating these and filling them up with goodies for Halloween. I hope you guys enjoy this. Talk to you soon. Until the next video, take care of you. Always do what you love. Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't so that you can participate in this first 2-month project share and get on board. Until then, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Hey, no, no, no.